now.
What is going on, guys? Theodore Dell here again with a very special guest, Nick from the TokuNation.
Hello, everyone.
And today, Nick and I will be talking about several different things. We're going to be talking about the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers, Super Ninja Steel, and how we were introduced to Tokusatsu like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, and maybe Ultraman, even though I don't think you've watched a lot of Ultraman.
I think I've only seen like a few episodes of Ultraman X, and I have watched through the entirety of Ultraman Orb, but that's about it.
Yeah. So, let's start with the 25th anniversary, which will also be getting a comic, which you mentioned on your recent episode of Let's Talk Toku.
Yeah, it was. I think it's a Boom Studios Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's called Shattered Grid, I think it is, but
yeah,
I'm so close to calling it a Shattered Dimension, just like Spider-Man.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah.
And there are some weird like choices, like we see Hammy, also known as Chameleon Green from the current Sentai team, Q Ranger.
Yep.
And it seems like we have like a weird yellow-green Samurai Ranger from Ninja Storm, like in the top right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I mean, this is gonna be huger than the Legendary Warden. We already know how much of a mess that was.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't even know what else to say about the 25th anniversary. It's been it's gonna be 25 years since. Huh?
Nothing.
Oh. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Power Rangers has been around for gonna be 25 years in 2018, so there's not really much to talk about.
Okay.
So let's get to Super Ninja Steel, which, if you haven't seen my video on about the trailer, do so now because of Sledge.
Yeah, actually, how did he come back? I mean, didn't it blow up at the end of Supercharge?
No, he was actually launched. He got a worse death. He was launched into the sun.
Yeah, but how could he come back? But if there's anything that the Dinosaur Zoo has taught us, it's that Power Rangers and continuity do not mix.
Yeah, I was like, how? How is Sledge alive right now?
Well, they do have like the reanimation thing on the what was it called? The spaceship. I don't remember what it's called.
It was just called Sledge's ship.
Yeah, I think Orange Ranger Videos called it Sledge 1.
But I'm pretty sure that Sledge's ship was also launched into the sun with because they used the Magna beam like Wrench did.
Yeah.
But a few of the Rangers were able to like put a net over Sledge and launch him into the sun. So it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I also heard rumors that the main villain of Super Steel is going to be Mangetsu from, well, just Ninja. Another rumor I heard was going to be the main villain from Ninja, the Ninja movie. So.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. But, I mean, we don't really know a lot about Super Steel, really, because, well, obviously I want to know how they get their power stars back, because for those of you who haven't seen the end of Ninja Steel, like the Galvanet's Rises, click out of this video now, because I'm going to be spoiling it.
All right. Yep. Okay, what up?
So the power stars, because the Ninja Prism, I think, the Ninja Nexus, something like that.
Ninja Nexus Prism. That's what it is.
Yeah, Ninja Nexus Prism. Okay, was damaged because it took the hit for the Rangers, and it actually just got destroyed, and so because of that,
Yep.
their power stars also were destroyed.
Uh-huh.
But but in like the Christmas special, which I haven't seen, I've just seen clips. Apparently, Sarah goes back in time and steals them. I mean,
Yeah.
borrow.
Yeah. Like she borrows them, even though and then at the end of the Christmas special they were destroyed, and suddenly the Rangers like don't remember how they get their power stars.
Wow.
And what I find confusing is that when Sarah goes back to get her power star, like I find it confusing. Like she's talking to herself, which according to Back to the Future, my favorite movie of all time, if you
I
talk,
love Back to the Future too. It's really good.
yeah, if you talk to yourself in a different time period, the universe blows up. So
Yeah, because it
that's
can't take like to the same person. It can't handle that type of a
yeah,
paradox or anomaly.
yeah. And it
So,
was during. Yep. All right. What were you gonna say?
I mean, time travel has always confused me. I mean,
Yeah.
except when it comes to Back to the Future, because I'm like, okay, so he uses a DeLorean to go back in time. That made sense.
Yep. Um, what else is there? What else is there to talk about? What else is there to talk about?
Um, the Blaze Megazord, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it looked pretty cool. I think in the Sentai and Ninja, it was called Gekiatsu Dio.
Yeah, but we do not talk about Ninja. If you want to see how
Yeah.
we would improve it, go check out how we would improve Shuriken Sentai Ninja. Yeah, applied to your channel.
Yeah. What else is there? Well, I think in a Super Ninja Steel, since Sledge was back, like a friend of mine said that he thought this was going to mean a Dino Charge Ninja Steel crossover, which would be cool. I
Yeah,
mean, it's been a long time since we've had like a proper Power Rangers crossover.
yeah. The last time we've had a team up not count with an actual full team was the Dino Thunder SPD team up Wormhole. Because I mean, once a Ranger is a team up,
Yeah,
but
but it's like made up of one team of Rangers and like another team made of multiple Rangers from different teams. So I'm not sure if that counts. So
yeah, I don't think that does, and we do not. And with Clash of the Red Rangers, I mean, it's Clash of the
it's
Red
just,
Rangers.
and he didn't even like show his face. He wasn't allowed to morph him.
Yeah, and we do not speak of the Legendary War again.
Yeah, never,
But
never.
yeah, I mean, if we did a Dino Charge Ninja Steel crossover, it'd be all American footage because there was a because Tokuger was not adapted, and the last time we had like a team up that was just all American footage was the Wild Force Time Force team up.
Oh yeah, because there wasn't a Sentai movie for some reason.
Yeah, I mean the closest thing we had to something like that was Gal Ranger versus Super Sentai, and that was actually more of a Forever Red thing, which I love Forever Red.
Yeah, me too.
So
Uh,
there isn't really a lot to talk about when it comes to either the 25th anniversary and Super Ninja Steel.
yeah, I think for Super Ninja Steel, they're doing a 25th anniversary special where they're gonna get like multiple Rangers from different like eras of Power Rangers and like put them all in one team, kind of like what Operation Overdrive did with Once a Ranger.
Yeah.
And one of the Rangers will be Coda, Dino Charge Blue, which it'd be really cool to see like Peter and Yoshi Sadarso on screen together because I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Um,
Because for those of you who don't know what you should, because if you're a Power Rangers fan, you should know about this. Peter Sudarso and Yoshi Sudarso are brothers, and if you have not seen the awesome moment during the last Power Morphicon,
yep.
Google it because it's
Yeah, it was really cool.
because it's really awesome. Like I was actually starting to cry because I couldn't handle how awesome that was.
Yeah.
Also, another thing you would probably notice in that same video is the actor who plays Calvin was different. We're not entirely sure why the original actor dropped out.
Me neither. But I think I'm okay with the current actor. What's his name? Nico Greedum.
I
I think.
think I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, he has he's actually a really cool actor, and he actually shares great on screen chemistry with the other actors, especially the actor who plays Haley. I don't remember her name. Uh,
Let's see. Zoe Robbins,
oh
not Robinson.
yeah,
And the original actor who was gonna play Calvin was Chance Simpson.
yeah. I don't know why they changed it. Really don't know. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever know because the last time Yellow Ranger was changed, from my knowledge, was back in Mighty Morphin because Audrey DuBois, who was originally going to play Trini,
yeah,
was in the unaired pilot.
yeah. I think you can see it on YouTube for free.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I don't think there will ever have a reason why they changed the actor.
yeah, and I think like in the unaired pilot, the hangout place was a bowling alley instead of Ernie's, and
Oh yeah,
both all worked a little different uh, for some reason. Uh, let's see.
there were several differences. Like instead of the name being Zordon, it was Zoltar.
Yeah, and instead of Alpha 5, what was it called? Oh yeah, Alpha actually had a different look. He didn't have a different name. It was just a different look for some reason.
Yeah.
An amazing thing is, I actually have seen Kyoryu Sentai Jew Ranger before I watched through MMPR. So of course, like I had knowledge of like where the fight scenes came from.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh. And apparently, I'm on the Power Ranger Wiki. It says here for Alpha 5, Alpha 5 was planned as a character since Power Rangers' earliest incarnation, Bioman, which is was going to be an adaptation of Chodenshi Bioman.
yeah, which is pretty cool. I actually would have loved if that was, if Bioman was the first adapted. What would the Jew Ranger adaptation be like? Because that's actually very interesting to think about.
Yeah. I mean, I would have called it like Power Rangers Jurassic Knights.
Yeah, probably. What else to talk about? Super Ninja Steel, I think, will be the last season of Power Rangers to air on Nickelodeon.
Oh, I
Which,
hope so.
yeah, and I have mixed reactions about it. On one hand, no more stupid super seasons and no more summer hiatuses, which is like such a relief.
And the moral.
Yeah, I hated those.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not kids. I mean, compare. I mean, I. Which do you think did better, Saban or Disney?
That's tough. I'd say Disney, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Another
And
thing
then,
we don't really see a lot anymore are like American exclusive battleizers. I mean, sure, we had Shogun mode, but that wasn't really a battleizer because it was shared with the whole team.
yeah. Uh, and well, actually, kids are the target audience of the show, and the morals of the day, like they talk down to them, like they hammer in the moral of the day into the episode. I mean, it seems like they had morals of the day, but at least they were subtle about it, and they didn't
Yeah,
like
like
talk.
with Dino Charge.
Yeah. What else? And I think like the morals of the day, like they're not even considered for like the target audience of kids. They're considered for like preschoolers, maybe. Like
Yeah, and I don't know what the current age demographic for Power Rangers is, but I'm pretty sure it's like elementary kids, not like preschoolers. I mean, sure, preschoolers do go to elementary school, but you know,
Yeah, I think the 11 years old at the most. That's what my estimate is for how old the target demographic is.
and then
Uh,
there's us.
yeah. Then there are all the other Power Rangers YouTubers out there that are in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, like there's that Neo Saban Power Rangers channel, which just
Yeah,
posts clips.
yeah, yeah. And there's another guy named Morphin Legacy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that channel. Then there's the king and queen, Bruno and Mia.
Of MMPR Toys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, like they mostly do Power Ranger stuff, but they also do Sentai stuff, and they usually never do Kamen Rider stuff, except for that one episode
Daima,
with the yeah
Sengoku driver.
yeah that was just hilarious because like Bruno and the banana suit that was just awesome, really.
Yeah, and I think, I'm sorry, that was just so funny.
Yep.
I,
There's so
I
many bananas.
it's morphin time.
Uh, energize. What? There's so many bananas. Ow. That was just hilarious.
Yeah, I'm looking up if they did any more before that. Um, no, they only, yeah, that was the only Kamen Rider video they did.
Yeah.
And then there was the whole like, and we can't talk about Ninja Steel and Super Steel without talking about the Burger Morpher.
Yeah, the great cheeseburger morpher debate. There was Daryl and DJ. DJ thought the morpher should change because it's ridiculous. But
But we're talking
Daryl,
about a show that features costumes, superheroes, and spandex. I mean, not spandex. I just waited for Dr. K to shout, "That is not spandex."
yeah, the material is a self-assembling nanometer. I don't know.
Nanofiber, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked RPM. That's a very underrated season next to Jungle Fury.
Yeah, it's actually a more mature season of Power Rangers since like it takes place in a post-apocalyptic future, I think.
Yeah, which is actually an alternate dimension
Yeah, and
because Flash of the Red Rangers. That's why.
there was one really hilarious line in RPM, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like, I think it was with Ziggy, and he says, "Sometimes when I morph, I can't help but
Yeah,
notice this gigantic
yeah, I
explosion that
know.
happens for no apparent reason."
And then there's Scott saying, "Yeah, there's eyes right there."
And then there's what was his name? Flynn. He said, "When we morph, do we really have to say RPM getting gear at the top of our lungs?"
I'm sorry, but RPM, the characters are just so funny, especially Gem and Gemma. Now, a lot of people hate Gem and Gemma, but I personally like them.
Yeah. Um, I have no idea what their morphers are supposed to be. Like guns, I think. Like the main three, like they have cell phones, and then green and black they have wrist mounted morphers. But I don't know what gold and silver's morphers are supposed
I
to be.
think it's supposed to be like a joystick for like an air vehicle because their Zords are a helicopter and jets. So, and when they combine their cloud hatchets, I think that's what they're called. It turns into like the handle for the blaster.
Yeah.
I'm not.
See.
I don't even know what they're based off of.
Yeah. I think I've seen the Sentai that RPM is adapted from, Go Onger, and man, it's goofy. It's the complete opposite of what RPM was.
I find
Insane.
that ironic. That's very ironic.
Yeah. And I think Linkara once said in his History of Power Rangers about RPM, like he said, like I'm not sure if it's a real quote, like it was about like how the executives reacted to Go on. Like, holy, is that like you're gonna have to see the History of Power Rangers to figure it out for yourself. I think it's just funny.
Oh, speaking of Linkara, he reviewed Forze, or the first 4 episodes of Forze.
as well as the Dragon Ranger arc from Jew Ranger and the first 5 episodes of Go Kaiger.
Yeah. At least he's doing stuff other than like comic books and Power Rangers, which is really good.
And I think if it wasn't for Linkara's history of Power Rangers, I wouldn't have gotten into reading comic books. I'm not into reading comic books as much now as I was before, but I really like them.
Yeah. I actually want to read some of the Power Ranger comics, like from Boom Studios.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with them recently, but they are really good.
I can tell by the recent episode of Let's Talk Toku.
Yeah. Um, let's see. And speaking of my Let's Talk Toku on the Power Rangers comic, like the whole like cover, it features like every Power Ranger, not just like the main teams, but
Yeah,
like
like
every
the Dark Rangers from MMPR, A Squad from SPD.
Psycho
Like,
from In Space, the
oh yeah,
Wild West Rangers from
oh yeah.
NPR.
I totally forgot about the Wild West Rangers before yesterday.
Yeah. Um, what else is there? I could talk about.
Lord Dracon is there too.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like an evil version of Tommy.
Yeah, from alternate universe where he never joined the Rangers. Yeah,
Um,
I only know about Lord Dracon because of Legacy Wars.
yeah. Um, I think the time I got introduced to Lord Draken was, I think, during a Chris Katana Forces, when he dresses up as Lord Draken.
Oh yeah,
Uh, not sure if you heard of him, but
yeah.
there you
He,
go.
yeah, because I've seen a couple of his videos. One of my favorite is the Zeomorph problem, where first he says Zero Ranger 5, black. I mean red, red.
I think my personal favorite has got to be the one where he does with the turtle monster that has the stoplight on its head.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
wasn't that from like MMPR?
yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
don't
there
know.
was a lot of weird monsters from MMPR,
Yeah.
especially most of them from like season 2 and 3, where like most of them were American footage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because season 2 was from an entirely different Sentai, Die Ranger, and Die Ranger is where we got the Thunder Zords, as
And
well as the White Ranger and the White Tiger Zord.
yeah, imagine like a 10-year-old me, or no, okay, no, not 10, because I kind of knew about a few Sentai, like an 8-year-old me, and I see like in White Light Part 2, Tommy's just jumping around like a kid. I'm like, why is Tommy doing that?
Yeah,
And then his suit is like mainly like the belt buckle is so different compared to like the other Rangers. I'm like, okay, where
yeah,
is his morpher?
yeah. And
Then I
then
find
there's
then I
yeah,
found out about Die Ranger. I'm like, oh, so that's why Tommy was jumping around like a kid because he is a kid,
yeah.
sort of.
Um, and the and then the Die Rangers, I think, were supposed to be a part of Lost Galaxy called the Ancient Rangers.
Yeah, the first Rangers to use the Quasar sabers.
Yeah, and
I heard about
then
that through a channel called Henshin Pulse.
yeah, and Mike from Lost Galaxy used the Die Ranger morpher as his morpher.
Wait, I got this. I got this. TokuNation order changer.
In the Sentai Ginga Man, I think it was the sword that was the morpher, which explains why he throws it up. But
Yeah, yeah, it was the sword, the Bull Riot. I think that's what it was called.
yeah, I haven't seen Ginga Man. I think I'll have to wait for it to come out on DVD, which shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, yeah. It's called the Bull Riot with the transformation called being Kishi Tensei.
Yeah,
I am a. I don't know why, but I keep saying stuff in Japanese.
I mean either. Let's see what else is there. Um, okay, I think after Super Ninja Steel is done on Nickelodeon, I don't know where Power Rangers is going to air next.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Power Rangers was on Jetix.
Yeah, And before that, it was on Fox Kids.
Yeah, so there isn't really a lot of channels for it to go. I swear, if it goes on PBS, I'm gonna like, no, I give up.
Oh yeah, because PBS is for like really little kids for
Then they're
some
really
reason.
gonna hammer in the more like, you see this? Eat your vegetables.
Yeah, that sounds really hilarious. Like, he's just a friend. I don't know. I know him. I met him online for some reason. What? Yep.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I wouldn't mind it going to like Disney XD, which is the new version of Jetix. Like, it came out. Disney XD started like a few years ago, back in 2010, I think.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind it going back to, going back to Disney because Disney did a pretty good job for the most part, with the exception being Overdrive.
Yeah. And what else? Disney XD. I think also airs Pokemon, Sun and Moon.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
if
I'm not a big fan of the redesigns. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon in general. I'm more of a Digimon, and I know you're a Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah.
I could tell by the what you choose for most of your videos for your avatar.
Yeah. And I also have a Yu-Gi-Oh character as my profile picture.
Jaden
Uh,
from GX, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, well, no joke. When I was at Walmart, I saw a Yu-Gi-Oh poster. I'm like, if only I knew where Nick lived, so I could send this to him.
I'm not gonna give away my address because
I know. Yeah, I'm not that dumb.
yeah.
But it was just like a joke. Like, wow, we got
Yeah.
off topic a little.
Yeah.
What is it whenever I do a live stream with someone, I get off topic? Like, no joke. I do this a lot.
I do that sometimes when I do live streams for some reason.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I just really want like Power Rangers to go back to Disney and have like Saban have a little bit of say in it.
yeah.
I mean, I if I had to choose what Sentai I would want to get adapted, I'm sorry for all of you who love Zyuohger. I'm gonna choose Key Ranger
Yeah, me too.
because I think Saban is actually helping out with Key Ranger a little bit. I heard
Yeah.
rumors about that back when it didn't even come out, when we only knew about the 9 Key Rangers and, well, the identities of the 9 Key Rangers and Stanzo,
Yeah.
Ryu, Commander, and Koguma Sky Blue, and the scrapped Oguma Sky Blue.
Yeah.
If only that was a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I really want Q Ranger to get adapted. Imagine if it's called Galaxy Defenders.
Yeah, that would be really
For those of you who don't get it, Power Rangers Galaxy Defenders is a fandom Nick did, and I helped out, and so did a few of my friends, and two of my friends, actually three of my friends, because I forgot about Digital Jacob,
okay.
and my two adopted sisters. I was gold, and he was red.
Yeah. And who else? Movie Critic is blue. Kagura Shogun is cyan.
Wasn't that Ultimate Kuro Ninja silver?
Yeah. I don't know. Anime Star? Is that what it's called? He was orange.
Yeah.
I
My
think.
friend James was black. Andre Storto was Phoenix Soldier. Digital Jacob was Ryu Commander. I mean, Dragon Commander.
Yeah.
So, and and I almost forgot Force.
Yeah. Movie Critic is doing that. I'm red, and I think he might be Betsy.
Yeah,
Uh,
my two adopted sisters, Lily and Cheyenne, are blue and yellow. Yeah, and
yeah.
yeah, I'm Retzi. I, I wasn't even expecting to actually see something that has to do with me in a video, besides like when it comes to the collaboration videos I do with you. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, what? And Digital Jacob is Billy from the Power Rangers movie, the new one,
Yeah,
not the '95 version, because I'm not a big fan of that one.
yeah, me neither. But I do like it though.
Yeah,
I really like it, but not as much as like the new one.
yeah,
And then there's
but
Turbo, which is
yeah,
like a
yeah. But this is a joke from my review of Saban's Power Rangers with over on Ranger Weekly. Um, it should have been called Krispy Kreme presents Saban's Power Rangers.
yeah, because of the Krispy Kreme thing. Like they kept like horning it in, like
I think they said that more than Power Rangers and Zordon combined.
yeah. Well, it's a product placement, so that's to be expected. But man, they like shoehorn it in. Like I know it's a product placement, but come on, man.
But it's not as bad as Man of Steel, which
Yeah,
has so many product placements. I'm like, okay, wait, do I have to go to Sears or what?
yeah, and I think they also did a product placement for IHOP. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I might actually have to rewatch the Nostalgia Critics review on that.
Uh,
But,
oh yeah. Um, the Nostalgia Critic also reviewed both Power Rangers movies. The
and
first one,
did dud reviews of the new one.
and his review of Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, friggin' hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, I felt like I was gonna die like that'd be the fourth time I die if it was a role play session.
Yeah,
That's another reference to a video I made about Commodore Ghost.
yeah. Uh, Time to fight you in this giant robot, which for some reason turns a suburban park into a Japanese mountainside.
And it just so happens to look like Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Uh, let's see.
But
Um,
there's a lot of weird stuff about Power Rangers. That's why I don't know why we didn't have the Burger Morpher. I mean, we did see it in like a couple of episodes,
yeah,
like
and
Rock and Roll. I think that was the name. It was the debut of the Bull Rider Megazord.
yeah, I think he uses the burger as just as a camera, not as a morpher or anything.
Yeah, which actually disappointed me. It made one of my friends, Jeff. He has a channel called Jersey Dorts. I've worked with him on this channel and on Ranger Weekly. He was like raging a lot because he actually likes the Ninja Star Burger.
Yeah. And if they ever adapt Chewie, I wonder if they'll ever use the flashlight morpher.
Uh, I I don't know. It'd be really weird though. Like, actually, that reminds me. How would they actually adapt Zero the World? Because in a few episodes, he was actually pretty evil.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know, like he starts out good through like some original footage, but then one day he's like cast with a spell from the villains that turns him evil, and the Rangers gotta turn him good again for some reason.
the last time we had an evil ranger was, I think, not like from the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna count Robo Knight because he was good at first, but well, more of a chaotic neutral or just neutral.
And maybe Jungle Fury if
Yeah.
Jared counts like a evil ranger
Well,
in that.
you also have to remember the Spirit Rangers.
Uh, oh yeah, but
And before that, we had Trent from Dino Thunder, which is one of my favorite seasons.
yeah, we also had Ryan, aka the Titanium Ranger from Rescue.
Yeah, the Thunder Rangers from Ninja
Yeah,
Storm. And then there's the most famous of all.
Tommy, and then
Yeah.
what else is there?
So I think we should get into like how we were introduced to Tokusatsu, mainly the Japanese, because we already know about the American Toku.
All right, I think the first Power Ranger season I've ever watched was I think maybe Jungle Fury or RPM. I don't know.
The first
And
one I watched was Dino Rangers Roar. Power
yeah,
Rangers Score. I'm sorry, I just love Dino Thunder.
yeah. I don't like Final Fantasy that much, but I do love the theme song. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Samurai came out when I think I was in middle school, and I was that weird kid that was obsessed with Power Rangers, and I was always, but I didn't care.
I think you're breaking up a little because I can't really understand what you're saying.
I don't. I was saying that Samurai came out when I was in middle school, and I just remember being that weird kid that was into Power Rangers for some reason. I was made fun of for it, but I didn't care.
Yeah, I'm a senior in high school and I still watch Power Rangers.
Yeah. Um, let's see. And then I think I got into Super Set. Like I found out about Super Sentai. I think during Mega Force, like a regular Mega Force, not Super Mega Force. And I decided. I think I watched through TokuNation, which was my very first Super Sentai season, like during Super Mega Force. Because Super Mega Force, it wasn't that interesting, so maybe I decided to check out Super Sentai for just a little bit, I think, and I loved it. And to this day, it's my favorite Super Sentai season of all time.
Yeah. I was introduced to Super Sentai actually through the credits of a few of the Disney era because I saw something. I'm gonna say SPD because that was my most watched. I saw Tokusatsu Sentai Deck Ranger. I'm like, what the crap is Tokusatsu Sentai Deck Ranger?
Yeah.
So I took to the internet. And I spelled it horribly. I spelled it TokuSOSENTI. You don't remember this was like a 8-year-old, like 7-year-old me, so I didn't know how to spell slide Tokuso or Senta. All I knew how to spell was Deca Ranger, and no, I even spelled Deca Ranger wrong. I spelled it DECA. So, um, that's how I found out about Super Sentai. One of my favorite Sentai seasons. I actually have a couple. I'd have to say it's Go Kaiser because it was the first one I watched in full, and I just love the concept of it and the
Yep.
designs. Um, Kyoryuger, which the reason I like Kyoryuger is because I don't know why. I guess it's because of like the Judenchi, which are basically batteries.
Yep.
Um, and Totyuger
Yeah.
because trains.
Yeah.
But my least favorite Sentai season, all of you already know, it's Shuriken Sentai Ninja.
All right. I think that might be Miley's favorite too.
I think
Um,
that's every Sentai fan's least favorite.
I think
Even the purists.
yeah. Actually, my other favorites of Super Sentai include. Actually, I think I've already done a top five on this. So those of you watching, check out my top five favorite Super Sentai series. Um,
So that's how it feels when I plug my channel in.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's,
whoops.
other, other than the five that are on that list, I think I'll say a really close number six would have to be. I think I'll have to go with maybe Jew Ranger, just because it's one of the oldest seasons I've ever watched, and I think it's just a little bit better than MNR, just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'm grateful for uh Power Rangers creating this whole legacy legacy like the legacy line, eh?
Yeah, yeah,
Um it's not that good. It's like pretty bad.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, when like in season 2 and 3, I personally liked it. Yes, I actually liked season 2. You could come fight me, bro.
Yeah.
And I really liked Rocky. I know. blasphemy.
Right.
But I already said what my favorite Sentai seasons are, but if I had to choose an all-time favorite, it would actually be two of them.
Yeah.
Gokaiger and Tokuger, mainly because of how they got their powers. I mean, we don't really know with Gokaiger. I don't. If I serves me right, they didn't really. They don't. We don't know how they found their Gokaiger keys. But
Yeah.
the story was just really good for
Yeah.
both.
I think actually, Marvelous was given the keys by Aka Red from Bokenger, I think.
It was more of a just Super Sentai in general. But yeah, he made his appearance in Godo Sentai Bokenger versus Super Sentai, where there's actually only one Ranger we see that appeared in both versus Super Sentai and once a Ranger, and that would be Hurricane Blue, also known as the Blue Ninja Storm Ranger.
Mm. Actually, didn't Hurricane come after Gal Ranger? I think. No, there was a Hurricane Gal Ranger crossover. I think.
Yeah,
And she also did with the Gokaigers, I think. So she's the only Ranger to appear in all three anniversary seasons.
yeah, except for the Zhuoger.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, so how? Let's talk about how we were introduced to Kamen Rider, which mine is a weird story actually. You want to start?
All right. I think I wasn't interested in Kamen Rider at first because I think in my very first Kamen Rider season, I think might have been Drive. But since Tokuger was the very first Sentai I watched, I think Tokuger versus Time was my introduction to Kamen Rider, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. Like, is he samurai? I don't know.
I think that was
So
every Sentai. I mean, yeah, Sentai fan. Wow, every Rider fan during when they saw the stands.
all right. And I think like I said, I think it might have been Drive, but I don't know. I don't remember finishing it. I might have to go back and watch it. I think.
I thought your
And
first one was Forze, because I thought you mentioned that you watched. That was. Oh wait, no, that's your favorite one.
actually, Fortnite I actually binge watched. I didn't watch it while it was airing. So
Uh,
while I was inside, I went back and watched some Kamen Rider seasons that I thought I might be interested in, and one of them was Forze, and Forze is one of my personal favorite seasons.
yeah, Forze is also one of my favorites. Next to Game Startle.
Oh yeah,
That's
X8.
yeah. I mean, after what having to deal with like a year of Commoner Ghost, seeing a Commoner season based off of a lot of people's pastime playing video games, I really
Yeah.
like that Sade. I mean, it's a really good. It's a, it's awesome.
And then there's the running one, Kamen Rider Build. It's only 13 episodes in, and it's already amazing. Like,
Yeah, I spoiler alert for the most recent episode that the previous episode. Um, the the owner is Bloodstock.
yeah. Wait, I'm not sure if he has a real name, but I think he does. But we just all call him Owner because like we don't speak Japanese. So
It's Soichi Isurumi, I think.
yeah, um,
I,
I think
Soichi Isurudi, that's his name. Soichi Isurudi.
he does remind me a lot of Spada from Q Ranger for some reason, and I don't know why.
Probably that how fashionable, like with the hat they are.
Yeah. Let's see. There's also what's her name? The female assistant, the one that's she's like the test subject for the full bottles. I don't remember her name.
Oh, Soichi's daughter.
Yeah, I don't. Wait, I don't know her name.
Misora Isurugi.
Oh yeah, so, yeah, she's pretty cool. Like she's like pretty funny. Like she almost threatened to kill Sento because she wouldn't let her sleep.
Yeah. And I like how in the previous episode we see like Sento. I mean Sento. I'm just gonna say Sento because that's the first thing that comes to mind. Uh, that his first transformation. But if you notice, it doesn't say best match for Rabbit Tank and
Yeah,
Hajime no Moonsault or Rabbit Tank, I think.
yeah,
So, and I think the reason for that is because I gotta think now because I forgot what I was gonna say. Because it's possible that he added the best match part in to see what forms are more powerful.
yeah.
But other
Yeah,
than that, I don't really know why it doesn't say best match.
yeah. Maybe it was just like an early prototype version of the build driver, so like we didn't really know like what to use. I think.
Yeah. And we really can't talk about Commoner without revealing the next set of another ending.
Yeah.
And fun fact, the Brave and Snipe movie is coming out on my 3rd-year on my 3-year anniversary of making videos on here.
Really?
Yeah, it's coming out March 28th, 2018.
Okay.
Because I saw the trailer the other day. I'm like, March 28th. That's not, why does that date sound so familiar? So I just Googled up, like, the first thing that came to my mind was my channel. So I went to find my very first video, which is really bad. And I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah. Um.
But I was actually introduced to Kamen Rider back when I was like a 7th grader. Every day during lunch, I would go into the gathering area, which was right by the cafeteria, right between the cafeteria and the library, and watch different videos on a teacher's iPad. So I
Yeah.
decided to look up because at the time I was a big fan of the morphing sequences for Power Rangers. And one of the suggested videos was a weird show I've never heard of at the time, which we obviously know what that is now, called the Kamen Rider Henshin Collection, which at the time was just up to Wizard.
Okay.
It was either Wizard or Forze. So I watched it, and one of the freakiest ones was Shin. I'm sorry, but Shin's transformation is weird and creepy.
I think Shin was supposed to be like Shutara Shinamori's like original intention for Kamen Rider, like make it way too dark, but of course, like he had to lighten it up because it's for kids. I think.
I like that. Is that a nostalgia critic reference?
I don't know.
Because he said, for kids.
I don't know.
But I didn't know a lot about Kamen Rider at the time, so when I got my own computer, which is busted, so I'm using my mom's, I decided to find a website where I could watch Kamen Rider. The first season I watched in full was, I think, Double. It was either Double or Gaim, because it was Double because at the time, Gaim, when I started watching, when I first got into Kamen Rider, we were in the episode with the Kikaider, sponsored the Kikaider movie.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So
Right now,
the series I watched in full are
yeah,
Double.
I have to go right now, by the way.
Huh?
I gotta go right now. I
You
have
gotta
to
go?
go right now. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for coming on with me, Nick.
Yeah. You're welcome.
If you want to go check out Nick's channel, I'll put a link into it in the description below. He makes really good videos, you guys. And he already left. So, in the meantime, this is Theodore Adele, signing out. Peace out.